If you are over 60, I bet you wake up at least twice a night to use the bathroom. It's ruining your health. In this video, I'm going to show you how a pinch of salt and a drop of honey, yes, seriously, can shut off that urge and help you sleep through the entire night starting today. It is not magic. It is simple, overlooked biology that affects nearly every man in his 60s. We aren't just talking about your bladder. We are fixing your body's electrical system. Here is exactly what we are going to do. First, the lie. Why drinking less water is actually making it worse. Second, the hack. How this weird spoon tricks your brain into producing antidiuretic hormones. Third, the result. We're getting you 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Does that sound good? Let's get into it. You might think the need to urinate multiple times at night is just a sign of an aging prostate or drinking too much water. That is the common mistake. Waking up repeatedly is a massive energy drain. It spikes your cortisol. It interferes with your deepest, most valuable phase of sleep, REM sleep. When sleep is disrupted, your body cannot repair itself. This accelerates aging and destroys your vitality. Men who experience interrupted sleep frequently report brain fog, chronic daytime fatigue, and rapid drops in mood. You feel less like yourself. We call this condition Nocturia, and it's a silent killer of health and vigor for the mature gentleman. The cycle begins when your body thinks it's under stress. It releases hormones designed for survival, not rest. This is why you feel that sudden, urgent need to go. If you are serious about taking control of your health and regaining that youthful morning energy, subscribe now. We cut through the noise and provide only actionable, science-backed strategies right here on Gentleman's Vitality. The core problem is not the size of your bladder. The core problem is hormonal and neurological. When your blood sugar or electrolyte levels dip too low overnight, your body triggers a stress response. This response is a flood of cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are what tell your brain, "Wake up! Danger!" As a byproduct of this panic signal, your kidneys get busy. They rapidly try to flush fluid from your system, creating that strong urge to use the restroom. Your body is trying to save you from a perceived crisis. We need to stop the crisis before it even starts. Stopping the adrenaline is the key to locking in your sleep. That is where our simple 2-ingredient spoon comes in. It provides the exact fuel and the exact minerals needed to calm your system down. This stops the panic response. It keeps you sleeping soundly until morning. You simply do not need to wake up tired anymore. You need to address the root cause, which is a hormonal fluctuation in the middle of the night. The first ingredient is raw honey. Now, many men over 60 avoid sugar, and rightly so. But your brain and your liver need a steady, controlled supply of fuel, especially overnight. Your liver acts as a critical battery for your brain. Before bed, it stores glycogen. This glycogen is what keeps your brain fueled while you sleep for 8 hours. When that glycogen runs out, usually around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., your brain sends out the alarm. It says, "Fuel is low, emergency." This triggers the cortisol and adrenaline spikes we just discussed. A small spoon of raw honey right before bed is a controlled dose of complex fuel. It releases slowly. It is primarily fructose, and glucose. This combination restocks your liver's glycogen supply for the full 8 hours. When your liver battery is full, the brain stays calm. No panic, no adrenaline, no signal to the kidneys. You simply sleep through the night. It is a biological insurance policy for your deepest sleep cycles. Now, ingredient 2 is just as critical, and this is the one that surprises everyone. A tiny pinch of unrefined sea salt. People often fear salt, but salt is essential for proper fluid balance and cellular hydration. If you are drinking plenty of water but still feel dehydrated or wake up thirsty, your cells are not holding on to the water you drink. They are dumping it. Why? Because you need minerals, specifically sodium and potassium, to effectively move water into your cells. This is called the electrolyte balance. When you sweat or simply breathe throughout the night, you lose these minerals. The salt we are talking about is not processed table salt. We mean mineral-rich sea salt. It contains the trace minerals that help your body retain water where it needs it most, inside the cells, fueling the brain, and stabilizing blood volume. It does the opposite of making you dehydrated. When you balance your electrolytes just before sleep, you reduce the workload on your kidneys. This is key to reducing that nighttime urge. So how do you combine these two simple, powerful ingredients? It is incredibly simple. About 15 to 30 minutes before you plan to close your eyes, take 1 level teaspoon of raw, unprocessed honey. Spread a tiny pinch of unrefined sea salt, like Celtic or Himalayan salt, directly onto that spoon of honey. Place it in your mouth. Let it dissolve slowly under your tongue if you can, or simply swallow it. Do not mix it with water. You want the salt and honey to hit your system directly. This combination delivers immediate, stabilizing electrolytes from the salt and the slow-release fuel from the honey. This process dampens the release of cortisol, allowing your body to stay in deep rest mode. This ritual may seem unusual, but it is a highly effective, natural solution to hormonal instability that commonly affects men over 60. Try this tonight and see the difference in your sleep quality immediately. You will feel stronger and sharper when that alarm goes off. Let's dive deeper into why drinking less water is not the answer, and in fact, makes the problem worse. This is the first lie we debunked earlier. When you restrict fluids later in the day, you certainly reduce the sheer volume of urine created. However, this also causes your blood to become more concentrated. Thicker blood requires more effort from your heart. This triggers another form of mild stress. That stress sends signals to your body that fluid volume is low. When you are dehydrated, your body releases high levels of something called the antidiuretic hormone, or ADH. ADH's job is to tell the kidneys to hold on to water. But if your system is chronically stressed or low on electrolytes, the ADH system does not work as effectively. This is where the salt and honey spoon provides its biggest benefit. When you take the salt and honey, you are addressing the mineral and fuel deficit simultaneously. This allows the antidiuretic system to finally function correctly. It tells your kidneys, everything is fine. Hold the water. We are sleeping now. This simple mechanism is what stops the frequent trips to the bathroom. You are finally working with your body's natural hormonal rhythm instead of fighting it. Understanding this ADH connection is crucial to fixing nocturia permanently. If you are dealing with chronic low-grade stress, maybe you are worried about finances, or maybe you simply spent the afternoon dealing with high-intensity tasks, that emotional stress keeps cortisol slightly elevated. That elevation prevents the deep relaxation needed for ADH production. The honey provides a small, relaxing hit of serotonin that prepares your brain for sleep. The salt ensures that your body is physically ready to retain fluid effectively. This two-part approach is holistic. It tackles both the nervous system stress and the physiological mineral deficiency. Many men try melatonin or other sleep aids, but those mask the symptom. They don't solve the hormonal signaling issue. The salt and honey combination targets the root cause directly. It is a natural way to regain control over your internal clock and restore your body's capacity for true, uninterrupted rest. This feeling of control is key to your overall vitality. Now let's address some common objections and critical safety checks. The first question we always get is about blood pressure. Won't the salt raise my blood pressure? This is a valid concern, especially for men over 60. If you have been advised by your doctor to restrict sodium intake severely, you absolutely must consult them before trying this protocol. However, we are talking about a tiny pinch of high-quality mineral salt, not a heavy serving of processed table salt. Many individuals find that balancing their overall electrolyte status, even with this small addition, can actually help normalize blood pressure over time, especially if their low sodium levels were causing stress. But safety first, always check with your physician if you have existing heart conditions or high blood pressure concerns. The vast majority of mature men find this tiny dose stabilizing, not harmful. The goal is balance, not excess. The second objection is about blood sugar. Won't the honey spike my blood sugar and lead to weight gain? Again, a great question. We are using a measured teaspoon of raw honey, which is a small amount of sugar. This is not a dessert. It is metabolic fuel. Because it is paired with sleep and the body's natural nightly fasting state, the energy is primarily directed to restocking the liver glycogen stores, not circulating as excess glucose in the bloodstream. Studies suggest that providing this small amount of fuel can actually help stabilize blood sugar by preventing that middle-of-the-night cortisol spike. Cortisol itself triggers the release of glucose into your bloodstream. By preventing the cortisol spike, you may actually wake up with lower, more stable fasting glucose levels. If you are pre-diabetic or managing type 2 diabetes, closely monitor your morning glucose readings when starting this. Many men report positive results, but individual metabolic response varies. The goal here is stability. The third important factor is timing and consistency. This is not a pill you take once and forget. It is a routine. You must take the honey and salt mixture 15 to 30 minutes before your planned bedtime. This gives the ingredients time to integrate into your system before you enter the rapid decline phase of sleep hormones. Consistency is vital for long-term results. Give this protocol at least 2 full weeks to reset your body's nocturnal rhythm. In the meantime, ensure you are practicing excellent sleep hygiene. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. Stop looking at blue light from phones or tablets at least an hour before you use your spoon. The spoon is a tool, but it works best when paired with healthy habits. By being consistent, you allow your body to relearn how to cycle through sleep phases properly. This is how you achieve that true feeling of waking up 20 years younger. Another often overlooked factor is magnesium. While salt and honey handle the primary electrolyte and fuel issues, magnesium is the relaxation mineral. It is often depleted in men over 60. If you are finding that you are still experiencing muscle cramps or persistent restlessness, consider adding a magnesium glycinate supplement about 2 hours before your salt and honey spoon. Magnesium supports the body's natural shift into parasympathetic rest mode. It enhances the calming effect of the honey and salt. It is the perfect partner to this nighttime protocol. Remember, the goal of Gentleman's Vitality is comprehensive health. We're building a fortress of wellness, and these three components, fuel, electrolytes, and relaxation, are the cornerstones of nighttime recovery. You must prioritize your rest. It is non-negotiable for high performance and high energy in your 60s and beyond. To recap this simple, powerful protocol: 1 teaspoon of raw honey, a tiny pinch of unrefined mineral salt, 15 to 30 minutes before bed. This simple ritual stabilizes your liver, calms your nervous system, and helps your kidneys retain fluid properly overnight. It stops the adrenaline-driven need to wake up and pee, granting you that deep, continuous sleep your body desperately needs for cellular repair and vitality. You now have the knowledge to take control of your nights and drastically improve your mornings. If you found this information valuable and plan to try this method tonight, please show your support by liking this video. That feedback helps us reach more gentlemen who are serious about mastering their health. Subscribe to Gentleman's Vitality now and take the first step toward living a stronger, healthier, and more vibrant life. Start sleeping all night, every night. Wait, before you go and grab that spoon, let's talk about the final adjustments, because they matter. Not all salts are created equal, and neither is all honey. If you use standard white table salt, you are only getting sodium chloride. That lacks the trace minerals like magnesium and calcium that we need for true electrolyte balance. Look for names like Celtic sea salt or pink Himalayan salt. These are unrefined and retain their full mineral profile. This is crucial for stopping nocturia. Similarly, processed honey or corn syrup-based products will not work. They spike blood sugar too quickly, defeating the purpose of slow-release fuel. You need raw, unprocessed honey. It contains natural enzymes and the complex blend of sugars that ensure a steady, extended release of glycogen to your liver. This slight difference in quality makes all the difference in achieving overnight stability. Make sure you read the labels. For those of you who still worry about the taste, it is a strong combination, sweet and salty. The key is to simply let it dissolve. Do not chase it with a huge glass of water right away, as that dilutes the effect and increases the fluid volume in your system. A small sip of water to wash it down is fine, but avoid the large hydration blast immediately before bed. The goal is internal stabilization, not immediate volume loading. You should notice a difference within the first 3 nights. If you still wake up at 3 a.m., check your dosage. Perhaps you need a slightly fuller teaspoon of honey to sustain the glycogen burn. This is a personalized protocol. Listen to your body and adjust slightly until you find the perfect balance that carries you through the sunrise. Consistency will yield the deepest, longest-lasting benefits. Remember, regaining your vitality is not about quick fixes. it is about addressing the underlying mechanics of aging. By tackling Nocturia with this simple spoon, you are not just reducing bathroom trips. You are stabilizing your adrenal glands. You are improving your hormonal environment. You are promoting cellular repair during the most critical hours of the day. This translates to higher energy, sharper focus, and better overall strength when you are awake. This is what it means to master your health in your 60s. The men who feel 20 years younger are the ones who prioritize deep, restorative sleep. Take action tonight. This spoon is your simple, science-backed tool for achieving just that. We need to talk briefly about the profound connection between sleep and testosterone. For men over 60, maintaining healthy testosterone levels is vital for strength, mood, and cognitive function. The vast majority of your daily testosterone production happens during the deepest phases of your sleep cycle. Specifically, the pituitary gland signals for this production when you are in REM and delta wave sleep. If you are waking up 3 times a night, you are constantly pulling yourself out of these crucial restorative phases. This effectively cuts your testosterone production short, sometimes by hours. Low testosterone feeds back into the cycle, causing poor energy during the day, which leads to higher stress, which further disrupts sleep at night. By implementing the salt and honey protocol, you are securing those uninterrupted blocks of deep sleep. You are creating the perfect environment for your body to naturally maximize its testosterone output. This is a critical piece of the vitality puzzle. You are not taking supplements. You are optimizing your body's natural factory. Better sleep equals better hormones, and better hormones equal better energy and mobility. This is a powerful, integrated benefit that goes far beyond simply avoiding the bathroom. It is about waking up feeling masculine, capable, and ready to face the day. Now, if you are struggling with chronic stress or anxiety that interferes with your ability to fall asleep, even before the 3 a.m. wake up, consider adding a consistent evening wind-down ritual. This should be separate from the spoon. 15 minutes of focused, controlled breathing or light stretching can drastically lower that daytime cortisol spillover. Remember, the spoon is preventative for the middle of the night. The ritual is necessary for the initial transition into sleep. Pair these two strategies together for maximal benefit. A calm mind thanks to the wind down, and a stable metabolism thanks to the spoon. That combination is unbeatable for reclaiming your sleep. You deserve that full 8 hours of peace. Another huge factor that often accompanies nocturia is poor peripheral circulation, especially in the feet and legs. When circulation is sluggish, gravity pulls fluid into your lower limbs throughout the day. When you finally lie down at night, your kidneys suddenly have to process all that pooled fluid, leading to an immediate urge to urinate shortly after falling asleep. This is why many people get up within the first hour. This phenomenon is called redistribution. To help mitigate this, incorporate 5 minutes of leg elevation before your bedtime spoon ritual. Simply lie on your back and prop your feet up on a few pillows or against a wall. This assists the body in naturally moving that excess fluid back toward the core for efficient processing before or moves you enter deep sleep. Combining this simple physical habit with the metabolic support of the salt and honey creates a comprehensive solution. You are dealing with the fluid mechanics during the evening and the hormonal mechanics overnight. This integrated approach is what distinguishes real, long-term health improvements from temporary fixes. We are addressing aging from all angles: hormonal, circulatory, and neurological. Remember, the salt is helping your body manage that fluid load more effectively by regulating antidiuretic hormones. The leg elevation is simply helping your body do the physical work of moving the fluid earlier. If you notice swelling in your ankles by the end of the day, this leg elevation tip is non-negotiable for you. It immediately reduces the pressure on your kidneys right as you are trying to relax. It sets the stage for success. Do not underestimate the power of these small physical adjustments. And one final nutritional tweak for maximum benefit. Watch your consumption of highly acidic foods and drinks late in the evening. Things like coffee, black tea, and very spicy dinners can irritate the bladder lining. While the salt and honey are excellent tools for hormone stability, avoiding irritants close to bedtime simply makes the job easier for your bladder and kidneys. Keep your dinner lighter and earlier. Give your body a 4-hour window between your final meal and your bedtime spoon ritual. This allows your digestion to settle, preventing digestive stress from adding to your overall nightly cortisol load. Simplify your evening routine. This maximizes the healing power of your sleep. Let's quickly review the ultimate benefit here: the elimination of that groggy, halfway asleep feeling that plagues so many men over 60. When your sleep is repeatedly broken, you never complete the final stages of the sleep cycle that are critical for memory consolidation and emotional regulation. You might feel irritable, forgetful, or generally off all day. This is a direct consequence of fragmented sleep. By successfully using the salt and honey to achieve 8 straight hours, you are allowing your brain to complete its nightly maintenance. Think of deep sleep as defragmenting a hard drive. You are clearing out the neurological waste products that build up during the day. You are strengthening memory pathways. You are resetting your capacity for focus and patience. This is why you genuinely feel younger. It is not just physical energy. It is the clarity of mind that returns. Many men mistake this brain fog for simply getting older. That is the wrong narrative. Often it is a solvable problem rooted in poor sleep hygiene and metabolic stress. The salt and honey are your low-cost, high-impact tools to combat this narrative. They provide the metabolic stability needed to ensure a continuous stream of fuel and hydration to your brain, maintaining its optimal function all night long. This sustained nourishment prevents the emergency signals that disrupt rest. If you are currently relying on caffeine to push through the afternoon slump, consider how much better your days would be if you simply woke up fully rested in the first place. You are not treating a symptom. You are creating robustness. You are building resilience against the factors that typically degrade health and sharpness in later life. This shift from fatigue management to genuine vitality is the core mission of Gentleman's Vitality. Take these practical steps. They are small, but their cumulative effect is monumental. Now, a crucial final check for those who travel frequently or have inconsistent bedtimes. The honey and salt protocol is most effective when your body is anticipating rest. If you are crossing time zones or your schedule is erratic, try to maintain the timing of the spoon relative to the moment you telege down to sleep. Even if that time changes, Keep the 15 to 30-minute buffer. This consistency helps anchor the hormonal signal, telling your body it is time for deep rest, regardless of the clock. Prioritize your sleep window and let the spoon support that commitment. We have covered the importance of quality ingredients, the non-negotiable role of leg elevation, and the massive benefit to your testosterone levels. But let's look ahead. Once you conquer Nocturia, what is the next layer of recovery that opens up? It is the ability to properly engage in morning exercise. When your sleep is broken, you wake up depleted. Trying to hit the gym or even go for a brisk walk feels like a chore. You are running on fumes. When you achieve consistent deep sleep, you wake up with actual restorative energy. This energy allows you to engage in strength training or mobility work that further combats the aging process. The spoon sets the stage for a stronger, more capable body. Deep sleep and exercise are synergistic. They fuel each other. If you are currently struggling to maintain a consistent exercise routine, the missing link might be your nighttime recovery. Do not try to force a workout when your body is running on cortisol fumes from a broken night of rest. Focus first on the salt and honey. Get that guaranteed 8 hours. Then, when you wake up genuinely refreshed, the motivation to move your body comes naturally. You will find that morning stiffness, which we touched on earlier, is significantly reduced because your muscles and joints had adequate time for repair and inflammation reduction overnight. Think of the salt and honey as the foundational layer of your fitness pyramid. Everything else, mobility, strength, mental focus, rests upon that base of quality sleep. This shift in priority is often the single biggest change that men over 60 can make to revitalize their entire system. Stop chasing quick energy fixes during the day and start demanding deeper repair at night. That is the true secret to sustained youthfulness and vigor. It is about consistent, deep recovery. Finally, let's circle back to the original promise: waking up feeling 20 years younger. This feeling is rooted in two things we have addressed: stable hormones and clear cognition. When your cortisol is low and your testosterone is optimized, you feel mentally resilient. You handle daily frustrations with ease. When your brain is fully fueled and repaired, you feel sharp and ready to engage with the world. This is the psychological return on investment for mastering your sleep. It is not just about physical health. It is about reclaiming your mental edge and enjoying life with the energy and optimism you had decades ago. Nocturia drains your resilience. It makes small challenges feel insurmountable. Eliminating it fundamentally changes your outlook. We have armed you with an actionable, evidence-based strategy: 1 teaspoon of raw honey, a pinch of sea salt, 15 to 30 minutes before lights out. It is simple, effective, and addresses the root hormonal and metabolic cause of broken sleep in mature men. If you are ready to implement this protocol tonight, please give this video a like. Liking the video tells us this science-backed approach is helping you take control of your health. Subscribe to Gentleman's Vitality now for new videos every day that cut through the noise and provide only actionable, science-backed information to help you live a stronger, healthier, and more vibrant life. Take the first step tonight. Start sleeping all night, every night. We are now fully equipped with the knowledge needed to transform your nights. I want to leave you with one final thought on the mindset required for success. This isn't just about following a recipe. It's about making a commitment to consistency and self-awareness. Pay attention to how you feel when you wake up, not just whether you peed, but your mood, your stiffness, and your mental clarity. Track your progress. This reinforces the positive habit loop. Remember that while the honey and salt are incredibly effective, they are part of a larger lifestyle. This channel is dedicated to helping you master the entire picture: nutrition, mobility, and vitality. The spoon is your key to unlocking your rest potential. Use it as the catalyst for further positive changes, like that morning mobility routine we discussed. Do not accept broken sleep as an inevitable consequence of aging. It is not. It is a sign that your body needs specific support. You have provided that support tonight with the honey and salt. Embrace this change. Embrace the deeper, more restorative sleep that is waiting for you. This simple change is your foundation. Start building your stronger, younger life now.